Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and welcome to week 2, day 1 of Day Camp at Home. This week's theme is bigger than a building because the church is not just the building that you usually go to when you go to church. In fact, the church is actually all the people, which means that your home is also part of the church. So to remind ourselves of that, we are going to make fake stained glass crosses. I say fake because it's not actually glass, it's tissue paper, but it looks like stained glass so that we can put up in our homes. So what you're gonna need is some wax paper, some glue mixed with water in a cup. I've already mixed mine. Some tissue paper, a piece of construction paper, and some scissors. So what you're gonna do first is you are going to rip up, or you can, if you wanna have it all nice and neat, you can use scissors. Just rip up tissue paper in a bunch of smaller pieces. So when you have your pile of tissue paper, you're gonna take your paintbrush, dip it into the watery glue, and you are gonna put it directly on your wax paper, just like that. And if you wanna cover the whole thing first, you can do that. But I just like to do a little section at a time, especially since I have a pretty small paintbrush. So I'm gonna just put a section there, glue it down, and then I might put some glue on top of it, like that. Do another section. And you can make them overlap too, because tissue paper is a little bit see-through, and so they make kind of cool colors when you have them on top of each other. That's what I'm doing, at least. And this is a little messy, as you can probably tell. So if you need to put down some newspaper or something on your table, or do this outside, then that would probably be a good idea. Okay, and when you have a good amount of tissue paper on your wax paper, it should look a little something like this. And of course it's gonna be wet, so before you do anything else, you are gonna need to let it sit out and dry. Okay, and once your tissue paper is dry, it'll look like this. And you're just gonna take your construction paper and cut out across. Now the easiest way to do that, in my opinion, is just to fold your construction paper in half and take your scissors and cut out half of a cross. And then when you unfold it, it'll be a cross. And you want to put it down, just kind of hover it above to make sure that it fits. And then you can trim it down a little if you want. I'm going to make mine a little skinnier, just because that's what I prefer. And also trim this a little bit so it fits a little easier. Check again, it looks good. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut again. And if you wanna take a pen and draw an outline before you cut, that's great too. Make it a little easier on yourself. And you're gonna cut along the outside, well, yeah, and make an outline of a cross. So you're just going to cut out like the middle part. And so it should look like this. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. It can be bigger, it can be a different color, it can be smaller. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue again and then glue down one side of the cross. Just get it all along that outline there. It's probably a little hard for you to see what I'm doing because I have my brown cross on the piece of brown paper, but I just don't want to get glue on the table. Because this, again, like I said, this is a little messy. Whoop, and pick it back up and glue it down wherever you want. Press it down a little bit. Ugh. Now I have glue on my hands, that's okay. And it should look like this. And you're gonna wait for it to dry one more time. Once your cross is dry, you're just gonna cut along the outside of the cross. Or you can just leave it the way it is. If you like the way it is, and you like having tissue paper outside the cross, that's cool too. I'm just cutting and cutting. And you can do this with other shapes too. If you want to make more, you can do a heart, you can do a house, you can do an animal if you can cut out an animal, or just whatever shape you want. Lots of possibilities here. Okay, and once you've cut it out, you have this really cool fake stained glass cross. And you can, if you want, you can put a hole up top and put some string through it and then hang it up somewhere. Or you can tape it somewhere if you want. It especially looks great on a window because the light shines through and you can see all the colors really bright. And again, this cross is just to remind you that your home is part of the church too, because the church is the people, and you're a person, and that's where you live. So that's where the church is too. And this is just a really cool reminder of that. So I hope you have fun. I cannot wait to see what you have made if you want to send in pictures. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.